Hey everybody, it's Comically Offensive, episode 2. It's
Heyo.
your host
Welcome
Connor,
back.
Hi, Connor.
and with me I have Jen
Hello.
and Jacob
Heyo.
and Austin, who made me go last time, so he's going last this
Hey, that's me.
time.
God.
So yeah, and this is Comically Offensive, episode 2.
You already said that.
Mm-hmm.
I know,
It is.
but repetition.
Just a reminder.
Yeah,
Just so everyone's aware, welcome to Comically Offensive, episode 2.
yeah.
We did another one.
We weren't arrested after the first one. Trust me.
I
That'll
know,
happen.
right?
Surprisingly. So, what do you guys want to talk about?
I wanted to start first today, everyone should do a little intro so the audience can get to know us better.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe 5 minutes for each of us, just say who we are. 5 minutes at the most. So I'll say who we are, what we like, something about us. Would anyone like to start that?
I think you can start it if you want.
All right. Well, as you guys know, I am Austin. I just finished second grade.
We're
No.
so proud of him.
Yeah, I'm learning how to read.
Mm.
But in all
Debatable.
seriousness, as you can probably tell from my Twitter handle, I really, really like dinosaurs. Everyone who has ever met me, that's my thing.
It's your shtick, yeah.
Yeah. It's not intentional. I just become the dinosaur guy because of all the dinosaur shit that I own and do.
Do you have any favorite dinosaurs?
Yeah, I like Carnotaurus the most.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, if you got he's in the Disney one. It's just called Dinosaur.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's got the main character called Aladar. He's the main
It's a
villain.
classic.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he was really big in that one, but they're horse-sized in real life. But they made him real fucking Godzilla motherfucker in that. But I like dinosaurs a lot. I'm really into animals and as well. Watch a bunch of documentaries. Specifically, I've been doing that a lot recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm into writing quite a bit. I like that.
I've heard that you're revisiting a TV show from your childhood recently.
Yeah, I've been fucking watching The Most Extreme, best show
Oh,
on
yeah.
television.
That show was great.
Well, it's not on television anymore.
Well, ever to hit television.
Okay.
Best show
Get
ever.
out of here. Cheers. Most extreme.
Nobody likes you.
That was directed to Austin, right?
Hey,
No, oh, well, I mean,
Hey,
if you wanted to take it
people
that
like
way.
me.
I like you.
Yeah.
I've heard tales that people don't always leave conversations with me and hate
I've heard
me.
shadows.
I've had 4 girlfriends. They kind of liked me at least a little.
Somehow.
Hey, Jen,
Jen.
calm down.
Dude, we all know that Austin slays the puss better than any of us.
Yeah.
That's definitely not true.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Actually, it is sort of a little bit true.
is it? I mean, Jacob definitely is better than me. I'm second, if anything, and that's maybe a stretch.
It's I think I'm gonna get a guy. Oh, I'm gonna go and get a guy tonight. And then the guy talks to me, and I'm like, no, never mind. Not
You
tonight.
spent 15 minutes telling us how it was.
Not today.
Just how mediocre it was.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
just had a guy creep at me in a bar, and I was like, not interested. And he walked out of the bar into moving traffic and vanished. I had no idea where he went.
He did not get hit by a car.
He didn't get hit by a car, but it was just he just
That's too
walked
bad.
straight out of the bar and into the street, and he was.
It just sounds much worse when you say, "Yeah, I rejected a guy last night and he walked into moving traffic."
But that's what he did. He just left and walked straight out into traffic, and he did it in the most flamboyant way. Just imagine a gay stretched out Mark Zuckerberg, and that's what he looked like walking out of that bar.
Yeah, that was me
Oh,
actually.
man.
You're
Was he
telling him.
rich?
You're telling me you didn't want to sleep with him.
No, he was not attractive.
Oh, well, what you described. Just saying.
Just Mark Zuckerberg, not my type.
Well, Jacob, why don't you go next?
I'm really not that interesting. But
Oh, you are.
Oh, come on.
You are.
Yeah.
I love me some Aquaman. He's my number one.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And everyone makes fun of me for it, but just wait until the movie. You'll all see how cool he is.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
And then I like music, you know. I kind of listen to the same like 20 songs on repeat, and then a couple weeks later I'll move on to a new set of songs, but I don't know.
And then what song has been in your playlist for like almost a year now that kind of rhymes with bedbone?
Oh, Redbone? I love me some Gambino.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good.
It rhymes with bedbone. Didn't even change one of the words.
It's the fucking B emoji in front of it instead of the R.
When it comes to like rap and that sort of stuff, I love Gambino, Kanye, of course. Who doesn't love Kanye? And I will always be a Kid Cudi apologist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's had some bad songs. I'll give him that.
Albums.
Yeah. But his last album was really good. Okay.
Yeah.
Rose Gold.
I like this.
Great song.
Yeah. I know. I agree. But you know, there's some other ones in there.
Yeah. Not every song can be a hit, but still love the guy.
That's fair. Yeah.
So what about you, Connor?
Oh, okay. Well, I like music too. I really listen to a lot. There's not like one genre that I really stick to.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm like all over the place. You know, like
you're like the cultured boy of our group.
I try. I do it for the culture. You know. No, I listen to like rap and metal and alternative and like indie and industrial and all this like weird stuff. I try to find like the weirdest stuff I can sometimes.
Yeah.
Just to test myself. Can I listen to this or not? I really dislike the Chainsmokers, so that's a nice fun fact. I also like clothing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I can't afford a lot because it's fucking expensive, but I like to spend my time looking at new stuff that's coming out.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. Yeah. I don't know. What else do I like? I like Pokemon a lot. Pokemon.
Hell yeah.
I'm not a competitive guy though, but I do like it on the DL, on the down low.
All right. Everyone's favorite starter. Go.
Oh fuck.
Oh shit.
You gotta give me more time.
I'll go ahead and say
Mudkip is up there.
All right, Mudkip is great. Mine is Bulbasaur.
Is it like
that's a good one?
Is it like favorite full on or favorite based on like nostalgia?
Just like all of the above. Just favorite overall.
Fuck. I guess I'll say are we going like first evolution or like the entire line?
Entire line, I think.
Yeah.
I'll go Trico because everyone tells me I look like Sceptile.
Oh my gosh.
I get that a lot.
I can see it.
My favorites.
The resemblance is like in.
I'm like I'm just lame here, and I'm going with the one that I think is cutest. So it's got to be Charmander, just because Charmander's so adorable.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Like
you should look up Piplup though.
I do like Piplup, but like
my sister's super into Piplup.
I have to maintain my loyalty to Gen 1 because Gen 1 was the one I was really most into. Everything after that, that's when I kind of fell out of Pokemon. So it's either Squirtle or Charmander. Sorry, I forgot.
I started in
I
Gen
forgot
4.
his name. It's either Squirtle or Charmander. I think Charmander though is just so much like Charmander is so cute in the little like way he says like Char and like it gets me. It's so adorable.
He's adorable.
Yeah.
I love you.
Like
I started in Gen 4. I get fucking Turtwig is my boy, but I like Trico for the aesthetic because like we the same.
Dude, Mega Sceptile has like a fucking tree on his ass. Like
and
you can't
he
mess with
shoots
that.
it.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
Though if I had to choose one that wasn't Gen 1, I'd actually choose Snivy because he looks kind of like a cute grass lizard thing, and when I was a kid I had a pet lizard, and I just kind of think lizards are cute.
I love
He does
lizards.
look like a pompous asshole.
Yeah, Snivy looks like he would go to a country club and be like, Snivy.
Yeah.
looking at all the
Wearing
other
that,
poor
wearing the sweater.
Pokemon.
He's definitely that kid in high school who thinks he's better than everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, what about you, Jen? What are you into?
All right.
We kind of got off track.
So I am Jen. I really like writing. I love writing. I do it basically in my spare time. I like writing fantasy and fiction. So like, mythical characters and stuff like that are some of my favorite things to read and write. I like reading too. And
yeah.
I'm also really big into DC Comics as well. Though I'm into Batman, mainly Nightwing and Red Hood. So the Robins kind of all grown up. That's one of my, favorite things to look at. And I've actually taken a class in school where the final product of the class was analyzing Dick Grayson and kind of what they had done with him as a character. Not analyzing that ass, though I did cite an article in my final paper that was there's going to be a statue dedicated to Nightwing's sweet tight ass. I did reference that article, but he's probably my favorite. I also like Jason Todd because Jason Todd was just something that was so interestingly done, and they've, after his death, they did so much more with him than, you ever could have expected after he was written so poorly when he was first introduced into the DC timeline. But I'm really passionate about all the Robins and Batman.
I bet Jason Todd likes Shadow the Hedgehog.
I bet he liked
He's
him.
an edgy boy.
But I don't know about, post-death. I think he would look back at it and be kind of
He's still a bit of an edgelord.
I still respect him, but, I gotta be
Is
a little
Red
more
Hood
badass
not
now.
fucking edgy?
He's pretty edgy.
He is pretty
Yeah.
edgy because he's the only Bat family member that uses guns and kills people and I love Jason Todd. He's angst, and Jason Todd, white stripe in his hair. That's, if you know what that means, I definitely support Jason Todd having the white streak in his hair. Always. And
Well, all right.
I also like music and martial arts. I do Filipino martial arts, which is blunt weapons, and Muay Thai, and the occasional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or combat submission wrestling class. So,
Nice.
If you ever hear any jokes about how I could kick everybody's ass, that's where it comes from, because I'm on summer break right now, so I can't get up to my gym, but when I'm in school, I usually spend 5 days a week doing martial arts for about 2-3 hours a night.
Strunk.
Yee. Get swole.
Hell yeah.
So I think next, we all had some questions that we wanted to ask each other, as, partially a way for you to get to know us a little better, and so things could be a little more organized. So who wants to start with that?
I'll go.
All
Okay.
right.
Cool.
Go
Me and Jacob had the exact same sentiments at the same time. But no, I asked a couple of you guys this whenever I met you for the first time in real life, but I didn't ask everyone, and I want to just do that again with every single one of you here. My question for you all is, if you could have one superpower, only one, what would it be and why?
I would want Beast Boy's power to be able to transform into other things, just because, I don't know. I
Other
remember
things
watching
or animals?
Teen Titans. Well, animals. and
Prop
and,
hunt over here.
Creatures. Creatures and animals. Stop it. But hey, listen. He was pretty cool. He could transform into T-Rex and shit. And I don't know. I just thought that was pretty badass. And I was like, yeah,
Plus,
I don't know. Thought that was cool.
he always gets laid.
Well, does he? I feel like he doesn't.
Well, there is this thing with Beast Boy where it's theorized. I know it happens in some comics, and it was theorized as happening in Young Justice, how the animal part of him takes over. It gets harder and harder for him to transform into animals. Every time he does it, so it gets a little less harder every time until eventually he's just not going to be able to do it, and he's going to be stuck with all these random animal parts.
He could always do
It's a really
Animal
interesting
Man's
theory.
powers.
What's Animal Man's powers? Just control
he just
animals?
gets abilities from animals. He can get flight if he's near a hawk, or super strength from an ant.
So Vixen-esque.
I tried to
Yeah.
look it up and just a bunch of fan fiction came up, so I guess
Same.
I
I guess
actually.
we're not gonna figure that out.
Google knows what you're looking for.
Unfortunately, it does. Yeah, I also like fan fiction. I have ships
Mhm.
that I ship, and I read fan fiction. I write fan fiction, so I'm probably not gonna share that with you guys. But
Oh, trust me,
Yeah.
if they like it enough, they'll find us.
yeah, if they
Oh,
like
boy.
it, they can find it. Like it's not hard to find it. It's not like I've hidden it, but I'm not gonna.
I say about our currently non-existent viewer base, but they'll find us.
Oh yeah.
Eventually, enjoy my fanfic, you
Uh.
guys. I work very hard on it.
Alright, Jacob, what would you have as a superpower?
For how much time I spend like reading comics and watching comic movies and stuff, I've never really put too much thought into this.
Well, you don't have to think about it, you just have to want it.
But I think invisibility would be really cool. Just because, like,
It's cool, Billy.
bank heist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just walk out with all the
There's-
money.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff
Yes.
you can do with invisibility.
Like, well, I don't want to make the joke anymore. Never
Whoa.
mind.
Alright.
Yeah, that's a bad joke.
So I've thought about it, and at first I said shapeshifting, and I actually just came up with this one just now, so if it's not a thing, I will be disappointed. But if it is a thing, the ability to almost sort of download any, like, skill. So,
Like Matrix.
yeah, sort of like the Matrix. So if I want to learn, like, a martial art, I can just learn it in a day. I don't think that's an actual superpower. But, and it's not
that
like
could be.
superpowers. You couldn't learn another superpower. It would have to be something that a human is capable of learning. But the ability to learn it in a day or in a short period of time, something like that. Like if you go into a bank and you want to rob a bank, you could learn how.
Why are we all
You
using our
could-
powers to rob banks?
You could sort of download the ability to be able to.
Bank heist.
You know, you could download the ability to, know how to, like, you could download the greatest robber's ability to rob banks or something like that.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Mine was pure, okay? I just wanted
Yeah,
to
you're-
become other things.
Well,
Oh.
or I would just, I wouldn't use it to rob banks, obviously, but I would use it
It would be a
probably
hotel.
to just be secure. I would use it to be secure in my life in terms of, like, financial
Yeah.
abilities, in terms of physical security, stuff
you
like
get
that.
the ability to be happy.
Yeah, I would use it to be happy, basically. Oh my god. Oh, though, what if you, like, got the ability to, like, give the best, like, have the best sex ever? Like,
Oh,
you're,
see, that's a good one.
nobody's, like, everybody's gonna, like, have the best sex ever with you, but you're probably not gonna have the best sex ever with anybody else because you have the best sex ever.
Well, you know what? It's gonna be like hubris. You gotta accept it,
Yeah, true.
or else you're gonna
Great power.
become too big for yourself and die horribly because the gods will strike you down.
Yes. So I think that's what I would have.
And, did you say what power you wanted, Raptor? Or Austin? Sorry.
I would have. It's the same person. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, the
I would
dinosaur guy.
personally have. For the longest time, I answered the question telekinesis, but I would definitely, for sure, 100% super speed.
Yeah.
Cause like
Alright, Sonic.
Good
it's
one.
fucking great. Hey, no,
Shadow, excuse you.
absolutely not. I'm not Sonic. Fucking go write your Sonic OC fanfic somewhere else, Connor.
Oh, okay.
No, but it would just be so cool. Like you can do so much with super speed. Like if I'm hungry, I don't have to go down to like the fucking microwave and wait. I just run to McDonald's, throw some money on the counter, and get stuff from the back, and then run home.
Yeah, but if it works like the Flash, you'd have to eat a lot more.
I'm fine with that. I'll eat everything.
Just go, go rob a
Hey, you'll
a
stay
bank
skinny, that's the
to
good part.
Support yourself.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I probably would rob a bank with my powers.
Yeah.
Just because all my friends are doing it. I'll be like, well,
Peer
shit.
pressure.
Yeah, well, shit. If
Gotta get in on this.
downloaded power Jen's doing all this shit, and Invisid Jacobs fucking robbing banks, they'll be like, fuck, gotta rob myself a bank.
Also,
We'd be like the
sorry.
worst version of the Fantastic Four.
Mhm.
Connor, are you playing PUBG right now? Because it keeps popping up that you're playing PlayerUnknown or whatever it is.
Okay, no, I've been getting this thing where like it keeps telling me to download this .NET update, but then it just doesn't download anything, and it just keeps freezing. So I've been
Sounds
trying
like-
to figure it
It
out.
keeps saying
Sounds
you're
like
in the
you could use
game,
Jen's
it
powers.
pops up. It's like, you're playing. I honestly don't remember what the game is called, so all I know is that it's
PlayerUnknown Battleground.
PUBG.
Is it on Steam that it's coming up?
Yeah,
or-
it's like the little Steam
Oh.
notifications, like so and so is playing this game.
Oh, weird. Sorry.
Connor.
No,
GG,
it's just
Connor.
funny. I was like, are you playing PUBG while we're recording the podcast?
No.
Because if you
All right,
are,
we're
like,
20
that's an admirable skill that you're still able to to pay attention to the podcast while doing that.
I told him he can play games if he fucking pays attention, but if he's just like
I mean,
screaming shit
No,
in the middle
I,
of the podcast.
I would have to develop that skill. I don't have it quite yet.
Even I turned my Xbox off.
Yeah. So we're 20 minutes in. We've asked one question. Anyone else want to go next?
This will be a 3-hour episode, everyone, so listen up.
Hell yeah.
All right,
So,
I got a question.
Did we want to start off with? Oh, okay. No, you go first. You
Yeah.
go first.
I was wondering, what is one album or song from your childhood that, like, most strongly defines that period of time for you?
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Like childhood or just.
Yeah.
oh man.
I need to look up
Probably-
who wrote the song.
Probably the
So we are
song
number one.
Move Along by All American Rejects.
That's a good one.
I mean, I just listened to it all the time
Yeah.
as a kid. And I mean, I still listen to it now sometimes, but it was definitely a lot more prominent back then.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's probably my song. For album, I don't know. I didn't really listen to albums.
Too
back
many.
then, to be honest. Yeah, I wasn't a big album listener back then. I was more of like listening to the radio and to like singles and stuff.
Yeah.
So
With me, it's not a specific song. Or if it is a specific song, I think it's either Cheeseburger in Paradise by Jimmy Buffett or
That's a good one.
Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
It's
But
a
at
good
the
that's a
same
good one.
time, there were a lot of artists that my parents played for, like, my brother. Like, they played a lot of albums when we were in the cars. So with me, it's not one specific artist. Like, it's the Eagles, the Beach Boys, Jimmy Buffett, the Styx, and Queen, probably. Those are the 5 artists that just remind me of childhood because I listened to them. Or my parents played their CDs a lot in the car when we would be just driving somewhere or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've listened to the Styx Greatest Hit
Yeah.
CD.
Or Lovefool by the Cardigans, actually. Because that one
Yeah.
that's like the first song that I distinctively remember from like my childhood.
the Backyardigans.
By the Cardigans.
Every single song
Dear
by
God,
the
if the
Backyardigans is my
Backyardigans
childhood.
did a cover, if they did a cover of Lovefool, I would just be so insulted.
I'd be honored.
Because that's one of the
Yeah,
first songs I
think it's a
remember,
bummer.
like, hearing.
Hmm.
Just like, I just remember hearing Lovefool while my mom was driving to or from getting her hair cut. So I just remember that.
Nice.
So for me, I have, like, honestly, like everyone, I have a little bit of a handful, but I'm only going to do the top 3.
Sounds good.
I was really into Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani,
Oh, that's a great song.
and then Everywhere by Michelle Branch. That was, like, probably bigger than Sweet Escape. And then the number 1 song of my childhood, 100%, was Follow Me by Uncle Cracker.
Mm.
I
Good
fucking
song.
loved that song as
That's
a
a
kid.
good
Like,
one.
that was my thing.
Yeah.
That was my song. Every time, that was me.
Hmm.
If it was playing anywhere, you were there.
I was. That was like, it was my superpower briefly. I would teleport anywhere they played Follow Me by Uncle Cracker.
It's a lot.
It's really
Nice.
bizarre.
That's a good one.
Fucking love that song.
So I guess that kind of goes into my question, which is like, what are your favorite albums or artists to listen to right now?
Right now, for me, it's got to be The Killers. They released a new single recently called The Man, and that song has just been my jam. And then I'm also...
Yeah, they're coming out with a new album soon.
Yeah,
right?
I'm looking forward to their new album. So I've been listening to a lot of their older albums like Sam's Town, Hot Buzz, and
Yeah.
Day and Age. But in terms of like newer stuff, aside from that one single, I just continuously listen to Starset, which is sort of like hard rock metal band, and their music, it's very space themed. It's not very space themed. It is space themed, and it's just really good metal, and it's just really good music. And my mom is actually into it. So I went to visit my mom, and I got in the car, and she was playing Star Set. We were singing along to it together, and I was so surprised that she liked it. But
nice.
Sorry, someone had a car alarm going off in the back.
yeah, I heard that. You think that would happen where I live?
Raptor, did you have any music that you're listening to right now at all? Or?
I specific song that I'm listening to right now is Jet Lag. I forget who the fuck sings that. But like my all-time favorite artist, which it's Jet Lag by Simple Plan. I listen to that one a lot just right now. Because I'm like Jacob, I just like whenever I find a new song that I like, I just fucking put it on repeat, and I'm like, all right, this is my next 18 days.
That's what I do.
Cool.
I do the same thing, and I feel bad for anybody that has to ride in the car with me.
And then my favorite artist of all time, however, and that I still listen to this day, and listening to, just like whenever I do listen to music, fucking Avril Lavigne. The one and only, the best and the brightest.
Unironically too.
It's not ironic.
Yeah.
I don't get. People don't like her. People fucking.
No, I know. I'm just.
I think
that's
she's
why
a
I'm
meme.
clarifying.
I used to be a
Avril
fan of her.
Is the best. She still is the best. Don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, I think you mean Avril Lavigne's replacement, right? Because
There
she
you
go.
died,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
she's been replaced.
We can get into that discussion later if you'd like.
It's a whole thing.
Another episode.
Mhm.
Another episode later on in this episode doesn't matter. We can get into it.
I've been listening to a lot of old Green Day lately,
Ooh.
and
okay,
unpopular opinion, I think Nimrod is their best album.
their best
Not,
album.
not Dookie
Heard
or.
like 4 Green Day songs.
Hey, I'm from the Bay Area. I gotta support Green Day.
So I can kind of agree with that because
Yeah.
I don't have all of their albums, but I do have on CD, and I have listened to both of them in the car for long periods of time.
Mm-hmm.
American Idiot and 21st Century Breakdown.
Yeah.
But the amount of songs that I skip on both of those albums, because I just don't really like them, it's really high. Like, they're good albums. I say that, but at the same time, a majority of the time I'm just not, like, I'll be in the mood for Green Day, but I just won't be in the mood for a majority of their songs. I'll be in the mood for, like, 3 or 4 of their songs on an album, and I'll listen to those songs, and I'll just skip the rest. And I could see why with Nimrod, that would be a stronger album than the other two, or, like, the other ones.
Have you listened to Revolution Radio?
I have not. All right?
I
No, and I
actually
think
really
I
like
have.
it.
I'm sorry. I think of Revolution Radio, and I think of how, I think on a fan site or on their website, they had Revolution Radio where they were just playing music like Green Day.
Uh-huh.
So every time I hear that, I think, oh, you're talking about, like, the weird Green Day radio station. But not. I have heard the song, and I know I've heard the song, but I just genuinely, every time I hear it, as soon as it's over, I forget what it sounded like. And I feel bad
I like
about
the whole
that, but-
album. I think it's because 21st Century I thought was decent. Like, there are a few songs I like on it, but the whole album was kind of eh.
Yeah, I agree.
And then the Uno Dos Tres albums, like, I don't know.
I didn't
care.
buy those. It was at that point I was like, I'm kind of out of Green Day. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
spend my money on this.
but Revolution Radio I really liked. I think it's kind of like, it's definitely not as good as Nimrod, Insomniac, Dookie, or American Idiot, but I think it's up there.
Yeah, some of their early stuff is really good.
Yeah.
Alright, Jen, you have a question for us?
Yes, I do. So we've all been talking about music so far. So here's another music question. Because I noticed this with the Killers, particularly with The Man and listening to their album Sam's Town. Do you have any bands or music groups that you like or know of that have changed style a lot? And did you still like that band after that style change? Because with a lot of bands, them changing style is kind of inevitable. Like,
Yeah.
the Killers
Yeah,
have
it
changed their
happens.
style because they've gotten more almost glammy with it, but I like it. Whereas bands like Coldplay have changed their style, and even Muse. I love Muse. Their early stuff is great, but now they come up with a song and I'm like, oh, this is not good at all. So do you guys have any bands or artists that you feel like that with? Or even bands or artists that have just, they've been around for a while and they're just super consistent, because even that's rare.
I'll go first just because mine's going to be the quick answer. My answer is sort of yes and no, because my favorite artist being Avril Lavigne, not really a band, but still pertinent. Yes, she definitely changed styles, but I wasn't really listening to her in the time when she did. Like, I never listened to music that wasn't on the car radio until my freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
So
that's about how I was. Yeah,
like that's when I got my phone for the first time, and I was like, all right, now I can just download my music or fucking play Spotify. But because I really wasn't listening to her, I wasn't following her whenever she did change that style. She had a pretty massive style change.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoy all of her stuff.
Yeah, I used to be like a pretty big fan of hers back in the like Skater Boy Complicated era.
I honestly gotta say, actually, like her newer stuff more.
Yeah, like the first time I heard Hello Kitty, I didn't know it was her at all.
Yeah, it's an interesting song.
First time I heard Hello Kitty, I got erect. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I will say that minus the Chad Kroeger parts, I actually do like Don't Let Me Go.
You know what? I'm gonna go on record and say Nickelback is they get way too much hate.
They do.
That's
They
true.
definitely
I mean,
do.
I don't like them, but I mean, they get way too much hate.
They're
not bad.
They're like Coldplay to me. Where
Their
it's like
song
they're just,
Hero is fucking great.
Yeah, like they're not bad, but they're just like inoffensive and safe music, I guess.
It's dad rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad listens to
what it is.
Nickelback, so yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And again, my issue with Chad Kroeger in the song Don't Let Me Go is not that he, is in Nickelback, and that's why I don't like it in the song. I don't like it in the song just because it sounds so out of place, because you have Avril Lavigne, like, they should have paired a more beautiful male singing voice with her than Chad Kroeger, who sounds like this. And you hear it, and you're just like, oh, God, no, please stop.
No.
Please.
It's a good, on their own, it's a good music style, but just in that one song, it just doesn't fit.
As far as the question goes, I'd probably say some of the bands that I listen to more that have like changed a lot over the years are Panic at the Disco.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess Gorillaz, like, they're still pretty similar, but the last album was very different, I guess.
Yeah, it was a lot more hip-hoppy.
It was.
Yeah. And, like, political and all that stuff. But, the first 4 albums by Panic at the Disco I love, and I think that there's only, like, 1 or 2 bad songs in the whole discography up to that point. But their last album I just couldn't get into, and that's kind of because it's just Brendan
Well, they've
Urie,
lost
the
all
band.
their members.
Yeah, it's
Because
literally
it's only
just
Brendan
him at
Urie
this
now.
point.
And he wasn't the one
Yeah.
writing the songs when the band first started. He was just the one singing. It was Ryan Ross that was writing the songs. Like, if you like old Panic at the Disco, you should check out, I think he did a side project called The Young Bands, and they were pretty good. They were very Beatles-esque.
I'm going to cut in really quick. One of my best friends showed me a video that we can put in the link dump. It's Ryan Ross singing I'm Afraid That I for like 3 minutes. It's one of the best things that I've ever heard.
Nice.
But continue, everybody. Yes.
As far as Gorillaz go, I'm just like a huge fan of theirs. And I'm hoping that my next tattoo will be the floating island from the Feel Good Inc. music video.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Eek.
Nice. So for me, I have a few. Linkin Park definitely changed their sound.
Oh yeah, they changed pretty
So
recently
much.
too.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, that's...
I guess.
There's the offensive part for you guys.
All right, so we've now officially
Fucking
breached
Austin.
that line. Just so you guys know, this is where the comically offensive part comes in. So
There
we're
you
going to
go.
be a lot more
Yeah,
offensive after this point.
This is where
So-
we're headed, folks. We've grown
Turn
into our
back.
name.
If you don't like it, turn back now.
But yeah, rest in peace, Chester Bennington.
Yeah.
But yeah, Linkin Park changed their sound a lot. I would say it started between Meteora and Minutes to Midnight.
Yeah.
Minutes to Midnight was a lot more, I want to say, safe, a lot more radio friendly than like the kind of. I wouldn't say it's super grungy, but I mean Meteora had
Yeah.
some pretty heavy moments. But and then after that, it really got just super. It became more and more poppy every album that they came out with, and a lot more synthetic. And I just could. That was a situation where I just got so disconnected.
Have you heard A
After
Thousand
Minutes
Suns?
to Midnight. There are a couple songs off of that album that I liked, and A Thousand Suns was one of them.
So the full album, as
Um,
like a whole, it's like a really interesting album to listen to, and it's not there are one or two poppy songs on there, but not as much as you would think. I don't know. I think it's different.
But it's been a few
Yeah.
years since I even tried listening to it, so I'll probably go back.
Yeah.
and
Also,
try again.
because I have a few Linkin Park albums. I actually have two, and then I
Yeah.
have just random songs. But Living Things and A Thousand Suns are actually they're not bad albums. I just have to be in the mood for them. And I see
Sure.
the stylistic change with Linkin Park, and it's definitely a
Yeah.
lot less rocky and a little more exploration into other genres. But at the same time, it's an interesting exploration.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
kind of see what they're playing with.
And personally, it's just not for me. I get people like it still.
Yeah.
I mean, it's every album's become more and more radio friendly, I think.
Yeah, I definitely
It
understand
happens
that.
to a lot of bands like that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's. I guess
Yeah.
I just expect something to come back and make me like them how I used to, but
Mhm.
it just hasn't. I mean, I don't know if it's ever going to happen now.
Yeah,
So, but
Yeah.
that.
they're a bit dated, I think. A lot of their music.
Yeah, probably. I mean, the more recent stuff, I don't know. I really didn't listen to it all that much, so I can't really say.
Yeah, a lot of the bands
but-
in the late 90s, early 2000s, I feel like they haven't really found their place in modern music.
Well, it's just changed so
yeah.
much, and what is
Yeah.
popular then and what was popular now are so different. Like, what alternative
Yeah.
is now and what it was then are also very different. Even
Mhm.
what alternative was in 2009 compared to today
Yeah.
is so different, and I could go on a rant about that.
It's also because the
Mhm.
early 2000s might as well have been its own alternate timeline.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, a lot of crazy
So edgy.
a lot of crazy shit happened that changed the world. Like, honestly,
Never forget.
post 9/11 music culture,
Yeah.
post 9/11 all media changed, including and music was not exempt. Like, post 9/11
Yeah, sure.
you had stricter radio guidelines on what kind of content aside from language was not allowed on the radio. So they weren't even playing Rage Against the Machine. They were an artist that was just straight up, we're not playing them on the radio anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they'll play them now, but for a couple of years, artists had to make themselves a lot more radio safe because post 9/11, people were just like, we can't play this song on the radio. It's just going to upset people.
That's so interesting. Like I never thought of it. I mean, I was so young at the time,
Yeah.
and I never really. Before I was even like 13. Like I never really listened to music, so
Yeah.
it
Dang.
was like a time where I just kind of missed out on a lot
Now you're you.
in terms of culture. So,
I've always been a pretty big music person.
and see, I'm jealous because
So-
like there's like so many years of stuff that I missed out on,
Yeah.
and so it's like, oh, okay, cool.
I remember
but-
one year for my birthday, I got the first generation iPod Nano, and that was like my
Oh.
favorite thing I owned for years.
I got an iPod
That's super cool.
when I was like 10,
Mhm.
but I did not have a big enough interest in music. I didn't have a big enough music collection. I didn't have any money to buy CDs by myself because I had no taste. And
Yeah.
really what happened was that my mom got her own iPod because she thought mine was really cool, and I just synced my iPod up with her library. So I just had all my mom songs on my iPod until I was in 7th grade when I really started listening to music on my own.
I was probably in the same situation, except with more songs. Like, I went out of my way to get sometimes from the radio and stuff.
I used LimeWire a lot back in the day.
Oh, so did I. And then FrostWire
Damn.
when LimeWire went away.
Yeah, I hella use FrostWire. I'm ashamed. Never
I
again.
had a song by
Never
Snow
again.
Patrol, and like, I'm really sad that I don't know what happened. It just got lost when I switched computers. Like, you could actually hear like the typing noises in the beginning of the sound from when somebody was recording. It was clearly a very nice microphone, but their keyboard was.
I remember I downloaded Song 2 by Blur, and for some reason the version I got was just some guy singing over the actual song.
Yeah.
And I had that song on my iPod for like 7 years after that, because I was just too lazy to delete it.
Oh my god.
And
Jacob, why?
I actually still use an iPod, like, on a daily basis. Just because I have too many songs and I don't want to clog up my phone.
I got you.
Got that.
I wanted to get an iPod Classic with like 256 gigs on it, but they're just so expensive.
I got one
the
for my dad for
120.
Christmas once. He never used it.
Yeah,
I think I stole it.
man.
Damn.
I love it so much.
Nice. But going back to the artists that I thought changed a lot, Kanye definitely changed. Like his first 3 albums are like so different, and from his like next 4.
The thing about Kanye though is that like a lot of
his
the
next
changes,
4 were like all different.
Yeah, a lot of the changes he makes, it's like setting new standards for the industry though.
Yeah, totally. But I mean, but it's still. I mean, you know, it's every album's changing the like the aesthetic, the sounds. I mean, you listen to 808s and Heartbreaks. It's super auto-tuney. It's super melodic and all that. And then you go to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and it's like super, not ballad driven, but it's a lot more instrumental.
Yeah, it's more like
not so
raw,
much synthetic. Yeah, but I mean, still the autotune's still there, but it's so much more artistic and expanding. And then you go to fucking Yeezus, and then it's just a complete 180, and he just like did everything he could to sound like extreme. It was like if Kanye now mixed himself with like the late 90s extreme movement, like that's what it would sound like, you know. and then The Life of Pablo after that is just like its own thing.
Yeah.
So and then Childish Gambino too. I mean, going from Because the Internet to Awaken My Love is just a giant shift, and I dig it.
Yeah, both great albums.
Yeah, both are great albums, and so you know, going from like a pretty contemporary hip hop to like almost like a throwback of R&B and soul. So, but you know, still I fucking dig it. Love it all.
I do want to say this because like we're talking about bands changing, and it's like you can tell it, and bands obviously have to change, but I do want to mention one band where I can listen to a song from any one of their albums, and I probably won't be able to tell you how new or old it is, and that band is Red Hot Chili Peppers. They are like the most consistent band I've ever heard. Like I made a Red Hot Chili Peppers Pandora station, and I was like, this is just like it feels like I know this is a different song than the one that played 2 songs ago, but it just sounds exactly the same.
Yeah, they started in like the 80s too.
I dig that. I like they're sticking with the style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, their style is so consistent. It's
Like,
almost
hey,
it's scary.
They do it well.
California.
We're singing about California.
Yeah.
Hey.
My friends just sent me this link, by the way. I'll put it in the chat for the link dump. I just got this randomly in the middle of this. It's a dinosaur body pillow.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh,
dude,
I
you
can
need
see
that.
you need to get it. How much is it?
I'm not paying for a dinosaur body pillow.
It's a body pillow case. You can get a body
Hey,
pillow
you're-
for like $5. Oh, $55. That's a lot.
I'm not paying for the
Christ.
case.
Oh my
I wouldn't
God,
pay
wow.
$5 for the pillow and the case. I'm not gonna waste money on it.
They have
Yeah,
a
your
werewolf
birthday's coming
one
up.
that's 2-sided. They have a
it's
2-sided
two-sided?
dragon one. Alright, look at this werewolf one. It has fucking abs. Like, it looks like a wolf with just abs.
The
So
dinosaur
Taylor
looks
Lautner.
cool. I'll give it that.
Oh my
I'm not
God.
gonna use a dinosaur body pillow.
They have
This
a
is
Bill
getting
Cipher
very
pillow.
close to furry territory.
Yeah, I don't
Like
want
a
any of
roof.
that. We can stop that right now. That'd be great.
You can probably get a small dinosaur one. Yeah, they have a small raptor body pillow.
They have a BB-8 one.
That's-
I don't
Do they
give a
have Aquaman?
This small one is only $33.
Listen, if any of our viewers or if any of you guys want to send me a dinosaur body pillow, I'll take it. I'm not gonna stop you, but I'm not gonna pay $50 for a dinosaur body pillow.
Your birthday is coming up.
My birthday is
Ooh,
coming up.
Boy.
Save the date. You can find out what it is. Check my Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna check it right now.
Yeah.
That's how we figured out.
Make sure to follow.
Yeah, don't tell
No,
the
I'm
viewers
not-
because that means they
I'm
have to go to my Twitter. It's the only way that I can get them to do that.
That's how we figured out Chelsea's birthday.
Yeah.
Just by looking at her Twitter.
Yeah.
That's how I figure out most of my friends' birthdays. I see just people on Twitter posting about it. I'm just like, oh shit, it's someone's birthday today.
Oh, mine's in like
Mhm.
2 months. Hey.
You should probably know that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you, Raptor. Okay, I see you.
What's that supposed to mean? Like, yes, I have a
No, I
birthday
don't
like
know.
every
I
other
know,
person on
I
this
just
world.
discovered your birthday.
Good-
I don't
good
know.
job on
How was
that.
I supposed to say?
Look at you! You got a birthday
Oh,
and shit.
No, am I supposed to be like, oh yeah, okay, I found your birthday, and then just not say anything else?
Hey, can't
Hi.
wait to send you nudes for your birthday.
Okay.
Oh god.
It's gonna be great.
Is
Are they
it?
gonna be?
It's
all
gonna
right,
be huge.
You're gonna do like a boudoir shoot, right? They're gonna be like hella ass,
Nah, it's
classy.
just like- It's just like bad lighting. Like,
Oh, you're not even gonna take classy nudes for him? That's
he
what I
doesn't
would
deserve
do.
it.
If I were sending somebody nudes for their birthday, even as a friend, if I were to ever send anybody nudes, they would be the classiest fucking nudes you ever did see. I ain't gonna take no trashy
It's the
nudes.
stark contrast.
Yeah. It'll be the comically
Connor
offensive
wouldn't
nudes.
send me nudes. Jen's would be
That could be a
classy and
stretch
Jacob's would be
goal.
trash.
I'm not gonna send you nudes though.
Well, I mean, I know you're not, but I'm just saying in the event.
I'm on a
He's hoping.
corporate phone plan. I can't send anybody nudes because if somebody from my dad's office is like looking through it, like somebody from my dad's office could just look through my phone to see what I'm up to, and they could
I mean,
theoretically get
Send them by post.
So I'll send them.
Oh,
I'll send
God.
you snail mail nudes.
Yeah,
Even
I want
though
them in
for
the
a
mail.
brief period of
That's
time,
actually
that
how
was actually
that's actually how I
illegal.
want them from all of you.
yeah, they'll come with the body pillow.
There were profanity laws, and that was illegal for a long time. Fun fact.
Well, not anymore. It's 2017. It's the current year.
True.
Ja. So did anybody else have anything they want to talk about?
No, the end of the podcast is actually
Smooth
the end of the
transition.
entirety.
So guys, I'm doing this thing, and I already asked you guys about it, and we didn't cut anything out at all.
Got it up.
Welcome back.
That might not get cut if I think it's funny enough. But go on.
But no, so I wanted to do this thing called Connor's Corner, and it'll be just like a recommendation of things to like look up or like listen to, or maybe it's a game to play. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But and I know not everybody likes hip hop, but I wanted to recommend some albums that came out recently, and that'd be Tyler the Creator's Flower Boy, which just came out like last week I think, which is really really good.
Mm-hmm.
Rock Hampton, it's like a collective of multiple guys from LA. They came out with an album like a month ago or so. That's really good. And then Amine just came out with an album this past week too, and it's really good. And so I think that'd be like a good place to start.
Yeah.
So if
Very
you
nice.
wanted to like check out some music or anything like that.
Also, listen to "The Man" by The Killers, because
Also listen
that
to The
song
Man
is
by The
just my
Killers.
jam.
Also, listen to Jet Lag by Simple Plan and every single thing that Avril Lavigne's ever produced because it is worth it.
And and let me know if you have any recommendations for music that's coming out recently that I should check out too, and maybe we'll talk about it at some point.
You just heard my recommendations, and I stand by them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you like indie, it's not super new. It's been out for over a month now. But the Fleet Foxes.
Oh
I
yes,
think it's
Fleet Foxes.
Their new album is really good.
Really good.
I until the Killers released their new thing, and I went back into the Killers. I was listening for their album basically for the end of June till mid-July. Because
Really
it's
good.
a very good album.
Mm-hmm.
Really intricate, really good.
I'd actually like to plug a pretty small band that I'm kind of into.
Okay.
They're called Veridia.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I came across them after I went to a concert for Evanescence.
Oh hell yeah.
Last year I think, and I honestly they were one of the opening bands, and I honestly enjoyed them more than Evanescence. So
Oh, wow.
they have like, I don't know, I think like a single and 2 albums, but they're really good. Check them out. We'll put a link in the link dump.
Sweet.
It's fun.
Not gonna lie, I totally thought you were gonna say Avril Lavigne.
I did too.
I have another very
Hey,
small...
there's this chick, she's a pretty good singer. You should check her out.
Pretty promising stuff, you know.
Listen, I hope Avril finds
If
me
that is
because
her
of this
real name.
podcast. I hope she finds me because of... Or Melissa, I'm okay with it.
Isn't
I hope she finds me
she's
because...
recently divorced, right?
Yes,
She is.
I have a chance.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I hope this podcast
opportunity.
gets to her. I have opportunity.
I hope she's into dinosaurs.
I hope she's into dinosaurs. We
I
can
mean,
talk about like Carnotaurus
just
and how
look at
dinosaur
Chad
speed
Kroeger.
is bullshit, and all of the scientists know it, and they won't tell us. It's a conspiracy, just like the fact that she may or may not be dead. Which I don't think. I don't think that's true personally, but I mean,
Yeah.
Possibility.
if it is, like, it doesn't change much for me at least. Like, because honestly, she would have if she did die, if that conspiracy theory is true.
Mm-hmm.
The real Avril would have died in 2003, which I'd say like 2 of her songs. That was only her first album that had been released at that point.
Yeah.
Which I'd only say 2 of her songs were like great on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I enjoy like fake Avril or Melissa or what have you, if she exists, is producing the best stuff. And that's honestly just by proxy of that Avril Lavigne had one album before she died, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the only great things on that album were like Skater Boy and Complicated. So
Yeah.
Let's go make it so complicated.
hell yeah.
Thanks.
Not sorry.
But yeah, listen, the Avril that is still alive, be it Melissa or Avril Lavigne, nonetheless, really into you, want to meet you. If you're listening to
Drop
this,
us an email, Avril, if you're listening.
please drop me an email. Please contact me on Twitter. My DMs are open for a reason.
Hey.
Now we have our email. Do we have that in the description? Did we put that in the last link note?
Probably.
I don't think we have it in the description.
It'll be in
Probably
this
should.
description.
All right.
You
So-
don't have to worry about it.
I have something I want to complain about a little.
Oh, let's get
Ooh.
into
What do
it.
you want to complain about, Jacob?
The Dark
Like-
Tower movie.
Oh boy.
It looks
Oh,
good,
yeah.
does it not?
It does not.
Does it not? It looks great.
No,
it looks fun.
it's-
As someone who
I-
hasn't read the book, I'll say it.
Me too.
Someone who has not read the book, it looks great. It looks
I second.
fantastic.
I second that. Oh,
The
well, maybe
Dark
not
Tower
fantastic.
series is
but-
one of my favorite book series of all time. I love Stephen King. I love, like, most of the stuff he does. He can get a little weird. But The Dark Towers, those books are, like, his masterpiece, in my opinion. And since I don't think any of you have read them, but you need to, or at least you should give them a shot.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie,
Uh-huh.
it looks like the most dumbed down piece of shit that I have ever seen.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looks great.
Like,
Look. Yeah.
there's a huge thing in the community, like, where people have an issue with Idris Elba being cast.
Why?
I don't really care. He's a great actor. There is a bit of a problem with some of the plot from the book series, but they'll work around it, I guess. But seriously, like, everything I've seen from this movie looks like a really bad summer action flick that's gonna bomb at the box office.
Aw.
I
However-
disagree. It looks like the visuals look better than almost anything that I've seen this year.
I mean,
There have been
aesthetically,
a lot
it
of
looks
good
cool.
movies this year after.
I know,
Austin.
but the visuals look much better than any of those.
You're telling me it looks better than War
It's
for the
got cool
Planet of the
visuals,
Apes?
but like, what about like plot? And you have to
I
consider
don't
that like
fucking know. I haven't seen
as
the
an
movie
adaptation, is it good? Yeah.
There's one thing that makes me slightly hopeful for the movie, and the director of it didn't ask me anything on Reddit. From what I saw in there, he seems to be like a big fan of the books, and he actually knows what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
But he did say that they had to dumb it down so that it would be more appealing to general audience, which I'm kind of worried about.
Mm.
But I don't know. If it's bad, like, who cares though? I still have the books.
Yeah, the books are still there.
I remember specifically, the only reason I know what you're talking about is because I remember the scene so well from when I saw the trailer when I was going to see another movie. I forget which one it was. Mm-hmm. When he spins the barrel of the revolver and just drops all the bullets in, I was like, that's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god, yeah,
like,
that's so cool.
It's cool. Like, I don't fucking care what anyone says. I'd watch the movie for that scene. It's like it's like the new Death Note. I'm just gonna watch that movie for Willem Dafoe and nothing else.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, I hate to say it, but I am also going to watch the new Death Note. Even
for
though
Willem Dafoe, it's gonna be great.
I love me some Dafoe.
I don't like Nat Wolff, and I'm so upset because there's another, I forget what it was, but there's something else that I'm super interested in, and I think it's an adaptation, and it's got Nat Wolff in it, and I was like, what the fuck is Nat Wolff doing here?
Yeah, get out
of here, Nat Wolff! I'm
stuff.
excited about this. Oh, what was it? I'm trying to remember. It's something, and Nat Wolff is, oh god, hang on. I gotta figure it out.
Justice League,
Naked
starring
Brothers
Nat Wolff
Band.
as all the characters.
While you're looking that up, my complaint with the movie is, and I don't know anything about the books, is that I'm not sure how good Matthew McConaughey looks as that character.
I actually think
great.
That's fitting.
Really? Okay. Okay. I'm just saying,
opinion.
like, I didn't feel the most intimidated by him in that role. Like, he looked a little corny.
That guy, that character, I mean, in the books, he's a character that continues over many Stephen King series. Like,
oh, okay.
Because a lot of his books tie together and are super meta. Like,
is the plot twist that he's a clone from It?
well, there's some connections to It, but I won't go too much into the details. But it's the same character in The Stand, if you've seen or read that. And so it's just like this being that continues over all these books, and he's not like the most physically intimidating guy. It's just like the way he holds himself and like the things he can do are terrifying.
Okay.
And because of that, I think McConaughey is a good choice for it.
Okay. And do you think that if they were to adapt any other books into movies that had that character, they would cast him as well? Or no?
I would love to see that, but I don't think they're doing it. Because I think another studio is developing a Stand movie right now, and they've already cast someone else.
Hashtag Stephen Kingiverse. Make it happen.
in the later...
I can't figure out what movie it was with. Or what thing it was
Fault in
with
Our
Nat Wolff
Stars.
in it. No, it wasn't.
But in the later...
Oh, no. It was the Jeffrey Dahmer movie.
Oh, the one based on the
Friend
graphic
Dahmer.
novel?
Yeah. And he plays one of the... It may not be Nat Wolff. It may have been someone else that looked like him. But it's one of the guys that's like... Oh, yeah. It's Alex Wolff. It's his little brother. That's why.
Fucking Alex.
His little brother plays, like, one of the main characters... Like, he plays the guy... So, My Friend Dahmer is a graphic novel written by this guy named Durf Backdurf.
Oh, it's such a good name.
And the main character, obviously, is Jeffrey Dahmer. But Alex Wolff plays Durf Durf in the film. And I'm so upset, because when I saw him in the trailer, I was like, the fuck are you doing here?
I honestly
I was
can't
so
remember
upset. I was like, I'm legitimately interested in this movie, because I love My Friend Dahmer. It's a really great graphic novel, and it's a really great...
I'm sure it'll be
look
good.
at the Dahmer story, but fucking Alex Wolff was in the trailer, and I was like, God damn it, these Wolff brothers are in all these projects that I want to watch, but I just hate them so much from that stupid Naked Brothers Band TV show that they ruin it for me.
Those Wolf boys are back at it.
Yeah, and it's like they have the last name Wolf. Why has everybody that I met that's had the last name Wolf been like a terrible person? Or that I know of.
What about Dick Wolf? the
Dick Wolf.
TV producer.
I don't know about him.
Dick Wolf's our boy.
Yeah, he does like all the Law and Order stuff. And
What about
I
Wolf
think
Blitzer?
some of the... No, he produced
What?
Law and Order.
But Wolf Blitzer though.
I'm
Wolfkrieg.
gonna name my firstborn Wolf.
Oh, dude. Well,
I'm also gonna link to the My Friend Dahmer trailer in the or the teaser.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fucking shit in the link dump this episode.
yeah, we
Yeah.
are.
It's a good thing that as this has been going on, I've been working on the link.
You have been. I've been looking at the chat.
Cool.
Our
Yeah.
private Discord server.
Excuse me.
Well, now
Oh,
people
we're
are gonna
fucking-
find it.
Wow.
I said it's private. They're not gonna fucking find it.
They can just join the public
True.
Discord that will exist maybe one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Never.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
We'll have 14,000 Discord servers.
I pretty much already do, and I need to clean it down a bit.
I have 3,
Oh,
and I
you're
and I think that's a lot.
gonna start ethnically cleansing your Discord servers.
Hey,
There's 4 that I'm
Calm
a part
down.
of, but
I'm part of like 10. I'm looking at them.
Jesus.
I have.
I'm active in like 5.
Though one of them, Jacob has heard many of my rates about.
I have 13. I'm in.
Jesus.
But anyway,
Alright.
going back to Dark Tower for a second. I'm not gonna
Oh, yeah,
be too
yeah.
long. I just want to
Okay.
get some finishing stuff. It could be a good movie. I have no idea. I think the director seems like an interesting person. But from what I've seen, it looks super dumbed down. It looks nothing like the books. There is an explanation to why it looks nothing like the books, which I think is interesting, but it's kind of a
The
spoiler.
director can't read.
But I think that I've heard that if they do a sequel, it's going to be a TV show, and that's
Mm-hmm.
like that's always a bad sign for a movie if the
Yeah.
sequel is a TV show.
Oh yeah.
I feel
it
like-
happened with what was that one teen movie?
Divergent.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, even the actors didn't know that that it was going to be a TV release
Yeah.
until after.
Did you guys
They
did you
announced
guys see
it.
the most recent Independence Day movie?
Nope.
Yes.
The
No.
very end of that is like they're trying to do the most perfect setup for a TV series, and I was like, no, don't
that
do
movie
that.
was so bad.
It was not a good movie. Oh, yeah, and that whole God, it's just not good. So
Yeah.
and I haven't heard anything about an Independence Day TV show yet, so I'm
Come on,
hoping.
Goldblum, you're better than this.
I know. I'm hoping it doesn't go through. But, did anybody else have anything they want to talk about? Or
don't think
We've been
so.
going for about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I
Is
know,
that
right?
it for this episode?
yeah, I think so.
Follow.
I think so.
Follow our Twitter.
Yes.
Email us. Subscribe
us
on
grow.
iTunes. You know.
Please.
And thank you for checking out episode 2.
Yeah.
Give us
Comically
money.
Offensive Podcast.
Thanks for any of you that
Woo!
returned from episode 1 and realized that you just wanted to do this again and didn't want to leave and call the authorities.
Yeah, thanks, Voltage, for listening.
We haven't gotten that bad yet.
I
It's
guarantee you
it's
he
corrected.
hasn't listened to the first one yet.
Hey,
So,
we didn't talk
Probably
about
not the whole thing.
we didn't talk about Bricknado this episode. I'm sure he'll listen.
we didn't, but we won't tell him that.
We didn't. But I have talked to a few people about it, so I have
Ooh.
some new opinions that I can bring back next week.
Ooh.
Episode 3!
Oh my God! I
Bricknado
never thought we'd
returns.
make it.
Well, technically, although now we did bring up Bricknado in episode 2.
Yeah.
God damn! No, we're ending.
Get fucked.
So now Voltage, stop
Alright,
listening.
we gotta.
Alright. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Please do it again next week. Follow us on all our stuff. Subscribe. Donate if you can. We all quit our jobs for this. We're really hungry.
Oh my God! Yeah. So
I have 3 children to support.
Yeah.
Raptor is one of them.
No.
Mm-hmm.
no.
My
No.
baby boy.
No. Alright, we're stopping. Bye.
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 Bye.